Hey folks, Michael Arasso here. We're here at the Alternative Cinema Podcast.
Woo!
Yes. Before I tell you what we're doing and what we're all about, I'm going to just introduce a few folks that are here.
Okay.
Mr. John Fideli.
Hey, how you doing?
Folks who are, who have listened to the Alternative Cinema Podcast know who John is. And our special guest, Mr. Ross Schneider.
Greetings, salutations.
Yes. Ross
Pleasure to be here.
Ross is from Saturn Core. Is it Saturn's Core Releasing or Saturn's Core Video?
Saturn's Core Audio and Video.
I love it.
You got it wrong both times.
I did.
Way to prepare.
So today we're going to be on this episode. This is episode 61 of the Alternative Cinema Podcast. And for those who don't know, Alternative Cinema, established 1993, is a DVD storefront for fans of underground and cult filmmaking. No matter how I tried, it sounds like I'm reading it off the page.
Yes, it sounds very corporate.
Yes, it does. It's a central hub
Maybe if you put like an accent on it.
for releases from EI Independent Cinema. Remember those guys?
Yeah.
Seduction Cinema, Misty Monday Movies,
Oh.
Something Weird Video,
Yeah.
Camp Motion Pictures, and it's all at alternativecinema.com.
Wow. One shop shopping.
Yep. It really brings together an ultra-low budget horror, exploitation, indie genres under one roof. It's great that Ross is here today because it's like there is, connection, the same synergy.
Ah. good
That's
word.
it. The same synergy of,
Synchronicity.
Ross releases some of those older EI movies that were on the various EI labels under his Saturn's Core, which is pretty awesome.
True.
And what are those early titles? What are they?
I'm going to tell you.
Oh.
First, I'm very thrilled to announce. Well, I'm thrilled to announce one thing and not thrilled to announce another thing. One thing I'm thrilled to announce is we took a
4-year Rip Van Winkle nap.
did. We took a long time, and when we rebooted it last month, I couldn't remember what our email address was. So
Oh my God.
I asked folks to just email Justin. You've seen Skin Crawl?
I have.
You have?
Yeah. And the other fella too, with the long hair, Jeff.
Oh, Jeff
Yeah,
Feoro.
you got to get him on.
Jeff
here.
had he was
He was
involved with
involved in
so
all of it.
many
Yeah.
things on a level. Like, for example, Playmate of the Apes. Like, he built that spaceship set.
That was in his garage.
Yes. So those
His
are
parents' garage or his garage?
Yeah, as a matter of fact, like we're working and his dad was
Yeah.
like mowing the lawn without a shirt on. One of those riding mowers.
Yeah, he just ride across the property.
And his
Come
mom
over.
would like pop her head in like a window.
Yeah.
Like it was almost like a sitcom. His
Yeah.
mom would like, "Hey guys, how you doing?"
You want sandwiches?
Podcast at alternativecinema.com is the email address. And just before you arrived, Ross, we came up with the idea like, oh, hey, let's do a giveaway. The giveaways are always mailing giveaways.
Yeah.
You can't email and say, hey, I want to be included in this.
Right.
No.
You got to put the effort in.
I like that.
You got to, so Alternative Cinema Podcast, P.O. Box 152, Butler, New Jersey, still there.
Mm,
07405, still there.
that's the original one.
Most folks are astonished we're still there.
Yeah.
And Carlos is the assistant shipping manager, Carlos Gonzalez, who worked on editor for Mail Order Murder.
That's true.
Yes. He said he went to Chiller, and Misty Monday was there,
Mhm.
Erin.
Mhm.
And he's talking to her, hey, yeah, I work at Alternative Cinema. And she was floored.
That
She
it
was like,
still going.
she was just like, you guys are still there? Like, it's just, it's mind blowing.
It
Right.
won't die.
We're talking like, 15 years later here. No, 18, 20 years later. Yeah.
It's a strong flagship fleet.
So podcast at alternativecinema.com. I've received a few.
Mail in those letters for your chance to win what? We didn't say.
Oh, thank you. So you have to mail in a letter. Just tell us a little bit about yourself, a little bit.
Who do you like better, Frankenstein or werewolf?
Yeah, like what's your favorite of the alternative cinema world? Like a
Very short and
like
sweet.
Misty Monday. No, Darian Kane. Misty Monday. Darian Kane.
No,
just-
Ruby La Roca.
Yeah, just short, So we're going to give away, we're going to pick it out of a hat. Maybe it'll be an actual hat.
Mm.
You will receive a $20 gift card
Whoa.
that you will receive electronically. I'll put your email address in there.
Oh, yeah. That's
Yeah.
a good thing.
So you got to mail in the card. We'll pick it on the show. Could take a few months, folks. And then you will be emailed the special secret code.
Yes.
Then you go to alternativecinema.com.
Go nuts.
With that 20, I don't know about going nuts. With
You
that,
buy 50 DVDs for $20 there,
No.
can't you?
no. This is not a Charlie Band $5 extravaganza. Remember that?
Yeah.
So the sad news of the day is that Google decided to terminate our Alternative Cinema YouTube account.
Why?
It has to do with
Nullity?
no, there was no. So, folks listening, I just want to say, because I'm very proud, in that siesta from the last AC podcast, not 2019 to today,
Yeah.
or I should say May 1st, when they terminated it, I've been working like every week on getting every trailer known to exist onto YouTube. No nudity.
Right.
No,
No copyright infringement.
just, Seduction Cinema, Shockorama, something weird titles that we have. And lo and behold, one day it was monetized, which every YouTuber dreams about, because they feel like, that you're a real channel.
Yeah.
And I felt that I was a real channel, and I guess I felt a little bulletproof. Like, oh, we're a real channel.
So what'd you do?
We had, hold on. We had
Okay.
20,000 subscribers.
Wow.
Videos would get like 50,000 hits.
Hmm.
There is a retro seduction cinema title that has over 1 million hits to it.
That's crazy.
Occasionally they would send a notice saying, hey, this has been flagged and it's not for general public, so people need to log in to watch this video. And I'd be like, okay. And they'd always say, your channel's not affected, just people have to log in to watch this video. Like, okay. I'm not going to go into the full story unless you want me to. Because
No.
Yeah.
It's
Look
like,
at
no.
Ross is riveted.
I'm partly responsible.
Well, no, you shouldn't feel that way.
Okay.
It's I take responsibility for everything.
No,
Okay.
you should.
Thank you. So lately, if we're working on a special project here behind the scenes, like for example, Bruce Hollenbeck's Black Easter,
Right.
the cast wanted to see it because they're going to do interviews. So I put the movie on YouTube on an unpublished link, private. So the public can't see it.
Right.
So have you announced your title yet? Is it secret?
No, unfortunately, it is secret.
Oh, okay. Ross is working on a title, and I happen to have the master, and I put it up on the YouTube unpublished link, and it was the most amazing thing. So John's like, "Oh, how did you feel?" Astonished, actually.
Really?
Just astonished. Just astonished. So, it happened in 30 seconds.
Yeah, I mean, literally,
30 seconds after you put it up?
Yeah.
like I sent the link to someone that was watching it, and then I tried to send it to the next person, and it said, your channel doesn't exist.
Yeah.
Holy
And I
shit.
actually texted the previous person, and she was like, well, I'm watching it now. I said, well, you better just keep watching it, because
Yeah,
if you backspace, it's gone forever.
Yeah. So it breached the terms of use because of the content.
Even private.
Yes, but that's what I thought. I thought so Ross, don't feel bad, because
Okay.
this could happen to anybody, because it could have been any film that had, some nudity in it.
Yeah.
It
So
breached
you were using it as like just a link to watch a movie privately.
privately,
Exactly.
correct.
And
Yeah.
YouTube doesn't want you to do that.
So, I did some research and I made an appeal because the letter, the emails we've received is, hey, can you turn this back on?
Yeah.
Can you get this up and running again? But sadly, folks who are listening who emailed me, I don't have your emails in front of me. We tried that. I tried an appeal and it's no go. So not only is it no go of reinstating the channel, it's like AC, Alternative Cinemas, in the penalty box till the end of time. Like I can't restart. I can't reboot the channel at all.
There's no recourse for this
Zero.
whatsoever. That's
No.
ridiculous.
No. Now I feel bad because on the Alternative Cinema channel, we had podcast. We had a whole slew of Metal End Showcase videos.
No, that's no good.
So-
Ross.
So how did I feel the next day? I felt okay. I'm just like, okay, this is the way I look at it, folks. And this is the way I think everyone should look at these kind of things. We don't own YouTube. They got their thing going on and we're part of it. And they have their terms of service. And let's face it, we're breaking it a lot. All of us, especially in this realm, right? I mean,
Really?
we're walking the line. and there's like no recourse, not even me consulting a lawyer,
Wow.
because it's their channel and their terms of service are laid out.
But it's like one strike and you're done. That's it.
It's true.
I had a similar thing with PayPal. I'm banned from PayPal for life.
That sucks.
Or you really?
And
That's awful.
this has been 12 years. I sold someone a VHS tape.
Yes.
That person wrongly believed that I sold them a bootleg VHS tape.
Okay.
And reported me. And without any investigation, they just decided
That's
that
crazy.
I'm banned.
Really?
Yep. And I can't.
That's fascist, man.
Yeah.
That's corporate fascism.
And rather than get two sides of the story,
Yeah, really.
you know what I mean?
Well, but your content that you sold someone wasn't even like adult in nature. It's
no, it was a horror movie.
They were just saying that you were selling something.
Yeah, they
illegal.
thought that I was selling fake goods, I guess.
so it makes you feel bad, right?
Well, it's very difficult on a daily basis because that's a big way that people in business exchange money. And I've
Yeah,
tried to
for
do it
sure.
other ways.
You have
I've
to do Venmo or Zelle.
Yes, and I've tried to use, like, I had my mother start one. I'm like, well, you start a PayPal, and then you could just transfer the money. And they shut her PayPal down and said, you're associated with this guy.
Oh my God.
That's banned for life. So you can't PayPal me.
You're tainted, man. Get
Yeah,
away
I know,
from me.
exactly. Yeah.
That's I find that shocking.
Yeah.
So the good news, here's the good news, folks, because this is an upside to everything. Okay? So I started, and I know it's going to be like, boo, hiss, boo. We started an Alternative Cinema Venmo channel because not only...
Venmo or Vimeo?
Oh, thank you. Vimeo. We started a Venmo channel,
Yeah.
so all you folks can just send us
Send
money.
us money every
no,
day.
no, no.
$5 a day, I'll do it.
No. We started a Vimeo. It's not the same because YouTube is YouTube. I mean, I go home at night and I watch YouTube on the
Yeah,
big screen.
yeah.
Like YouTube is YouTube.
It's the brand.
But you see, all of the links to the trailers embedded were on the alternativecinema.com in the store. Like, so you click on a video, there was this trailer, but now not only is it black, but it gives you that grim,
Yeah.
like that you've been terminated, which is kind of hurtful.
Yeah. No, that's awful.
Yeah. So,
That's like a scarlet letter, man.
yeah, it's like you guys have been terminated. So we're going Vimeo. I started replacing the trailers. It's going to be a little bit of time before it's up and running fully. It's not going to be the same, folks, but hey, I want to thank you guys out there who sent an email because I really appreciate it because people are watching the channel and they're interested in what we're doing, which is very encouraging to me. So when we get back, we're going to come back. We're going to talk to Ross.
You going to stop bitching?
Do you think I did that in an okay way?
No,
Yeah.
that was good. That was fine.
Yeah, we're sending if you folks out there don't get our newsletters, go to alternativecinema.com, go to the bottom of the page, click subscribe to the newsletter, and we are sending a newsletter out regarding this
Those
situation.
newsletters are jam-packed with stuff.
They are usually get $5 off.
Yeah.
Sometimes you get 50% off.
Wow. Really?
Yeah,
How do you do it?
I don't know.
I just did do it.
We'll be right back. Hey, we're back. So, I got to tell you, folks, I've been doing this a long time, with EI Independent Cinema, and I don't like too many people.
I'll vouch for that.
Yes, and I really like Ross. As a matter of fact, he was just telling John Fideli, like, Ross, once a month, we'll just go meet at the diner. And we'll just talk about shot on video, titles. We'll just talk.
Just nerd
We
out on
talk
it.
to the point where we get kicked out.
Really?
Yeah.
It's true.
People are like, you have to go?
We've had to switch diners.
Oh, no way. What, they would kick you out because it was closing time or just because you're like,
No,
listen, I need other customers.
Yeah,
in the
they want to
space."
flip that table.
And
Yeah.
it's the essence. And it's the same way when Jared Bookwalter was in town. He joined us. We all went to. It's that vibe. It's something I can't put my finger on, but it's an authenticity. It's a real love for the community of making these movies. And look, we're all kind of. I can't speak for you, but you could chime in yes or no. We're Ross. We're all blue collar kids.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? And it's like nothing was given to us growing up. So if we wanted to make a movie, whether it was in the 80s or the 90s or 2000s. Like, we had to find the tools
Right.
to make that dream come true.
Learn how to use them.
Yep. So I think that's what bonds us together. And there are very few things very few things that can break that bond.
I was an alternative cinema reader in the JR days,
So you,
from the early days.
Wow.
oh,
Yeah.
What about Ninja Days?
So, yeah. So I went right from, I mean, obviously I'm a Jersey guy. So when, I was aware of your company when you started doing the little ads in
Right.
alternative cinema, and then obviously when the handover came.
and listen to the podcast when it was.
Sure.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
That's great. So for folks who don't know, I did a little digging on Ross. I came up with only good things.
Thank God.
Except the PayPal thing.
Yeah.
So were you born in New Jersey?
Yes.
Where in Jersey? were you?
I grew up in Bloomingdale. I went
Oh.
to high school at Butler High on Bartholdi Avenue.
Oh, no
And
kidding.
every day I would pass the rubber mill and I'd see that little EI sign and
Oh,
I'd think,
shit.
I wonder if I could go up there and knock on the door. But I was too scared.
You should have.
I know I
You've
should
been
have.
welcomed with open arms.
You could have walked
You
in.
could fit right in.
We would have thought you were like probably part of a crew.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, I graduated in 97, so this would have been,
Prime time.
Prime
so
time,
that
yeah.
prime time was 2002 was like, we
Yeah.
didn't know it was
The
the peak.
right.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So, and of course, Pete, 42nd Street Pete always mentioned, but Pete doesn't give any context or last names. So Pete would always be like, Ross at Compact Disc World.
Yeah.
But he'd be like, I'm going to see Ross. But I never knew who that was. So,
Yeah, I've known him since I was a kid.
Really? How'd you meet him?
So, obviously I've always been a big video collector. And even before I drove, I would make my mother drive me to video stores all over to buy, videotapes, previewed videotapes. And somebody along the way said, you got to go to Rockaway and go to Past Midnight Video. And my mother took me there, and Pete's store was inside of an indoor flea market. It's called Past Midnight Video. And
Wait, so Pete had a store.
Pete had a video store.
Oh my God.
kidding.
Oh, you didn't know
Did
this?
you know this?
I knew he had various stores. I didn't know about this one.
Yeah. And I would, my mother would basically drop me there and do other things.
So
And
you're
then,
what, 15?
yeah, I wasn't old enough to drive for sure. But
Fashionable brain is like a sponge,
Right.
absorbing.
That's
but I
the
mean,
height of it.
he was obviously knee deep in the chiller time at this point. The whole store was lined with signed 8x10s.
Wow.
And then I think the majority of it was a front for porn because
Okay.
it was a small
No, indeed.
main room. And then there was a huge hallway that was all horror tapes, which is where I would go. That's where I got my first copy of Red Lips. My first Gray Market, Cannibal Holocaust, Satanic Attraction, lots of great movies that I discovered at Pete's. But basically, if you walk down that hallway, then there was a cowboy doors or a curtain, and obviously there was a large adult room there, which I was not old enough to go in. But I would go in there constantly and buy tapes, and at some point he was like, "You
Hey,
go,
kid.
yeah, you go to Chiller," and I was like, "No," and he's like, "What are you doing? Like what?"
Why are you not going to Chiller?
Yeah.
What are you,
And
stupid?
yeah, he's like, you love this stuff. I said, yeah, here's my problem with Chiller. I don't think I could physically bring enough money as a teenager
God.
to enjoy myself at Chiller. Because, like, this is my life, right? Is like buying horror tapes and discovering weird movies. So I didn't go for many years. And then at some point, I saved up $1,000.
Oh my God.
Whoa.
You got
$1,000.
Ronnie William Shatner.
And I went to Chiller, and it's sometime in the 90s, and I spent an insane amount of money. And then from there, I've gone to everyone ever since.
So let me ask you a question. What was the thing that triggered you to even go to that weird store? Like, did you see something on TV? What made you naturally drawn to oddball, offbeat movies?
When did this damage begin? When was the actual hit in the head? When did that occur?
I think that I went right from like watching cartoons like Looney Tunes to seeing The Toxic Avenger.
Okay.
Wow.
And
where'd you see the Toxic Avenger?
I heard my brother, I have a brother that's 4 years older than me. I heard him and his friends talking about it in the neighborhood. And just from hearing about it, it's like that can't be a real movie. There's no way. There's no way a guy gets, his fingers French fried and, all of this. And then I rented it.
Oh my God.
And I became such a Trauma fan. Trauma for me was like, kind of like what the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles are for like most kids. Like I was obsessed with Trauma.
Gateway. Wow.
Right. And so I was always, this is pre-Trauma Team Video, right? So there was no catalog. There was no list pre-internet. And so they weren't distributing their own things. Their movies would either be from Lightning or from Media or for whatever. So I would just go to video stores and pick up every box to look for Lloyd Kaufman, Michael Hers Presents a Trauma Team release until I could like make my own catalog. And so I was just always driving around to video stores and picking up used tapes. And through that, I got all of the camp, the Video Violence 1 and 2, and Death Row Diner and all of that. And I got into SOV stuff through the video store.
And what year was this, the video store? That 42nd Street Pete experience?
Oh, I mean, that was probably in the 90s. I probably started renting tapes in like 87, 88, I would say. That's when I started renting. And then, my mother would drive me to video stores. And somewhere in one of those video stores, I don't know if it was a clerk or somebody was like, you got to go see this guy, Pete, if you like horror movies. So I went up there and I've been friends with him ever since.
So he tipped you off to the Chiller.
Yes.
And then you go to the Chiller, and then I don't know what era this is Chiller, but it's conceivable that you saw the Bill Hellfire Factory 2000 table.
100%.
The
Wave.
AI table.
Yep. Wave.
The Wave table with the monitor.
That was the height of it.
But I was already into all this stuff
Okay.
by the time I went to Chiller.
So it must have blown your mind to go to an event to see these people.
Was
all in one
insane.
place.
Not only that, but to be able to like I was a fan. Like I was an Eric Stanzi fan. I was a Kevin Lindenmuth fan. I was a JR fan.
Right.
And to be able to go to these things and interact with these people as a fan was amazing.
What did you think of Alternative Cinema issue number 11? That was pretty much a catalog issue.
I remember it well. It had 5 Dead on the crimson canvas on the cover.
Wow.
Primarily a catalog. But I like catalog issues because it's lots of tapes to look at and things to want to buy.
Unique that issue because at that time we were buying VHS videos from Magnum, which was a California company that had all the camp stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So like all of those oddball camp and Donna Michelle titles were like all of a sudden they were in the Alternative Cinema catalog.
Right.
Did you buy any of those at the time?
I had almost the entire camp. I got a lot of camp and Donna Michelle from right where you guys were located in Butler. If you went up Keel Avenue and then off to the left, there was Video Warehouse.
Yes.
So Video Warehouse was my rental store, and Video Warehouse had an insane selection. They had all the camps, all the Donna Michelles. I had rented all that stuff. And then they opened a second one on Main Street called Video Station. And they basically rebought everything again. So they had all the camps down there and everything. And then Video Station closed, and they took all those tapes and put them for sale in Video Warehouse for $10. So I bought every camp there, bought every Donna Michelle, Attack the Killer Refrigerator, all that stuff, $10. Death Row Diner, $10. And that's where I discovered Wave, essentially, which led me down an interesting path as well.
Right. It's interesting because as a fan, I can only speak for us at the table. It's probably myself and Jeffrey Fayoro, but right across from us always was Wave. As a fan really into this stuff, did you find it engaging to talk to Gary Whitson? Like, did you get conversations started, or were you just really just buying and just saying hello?
Just buying and saying hello. I basically, I had seen flyers around at the local record stores Sound Exchange, Flip
Right.
Side, for the premiere of Psycho Sisters at William Patterson College.
Get out of
Oh
here.
Yeah.
my God.
So I didn't go to it, but I put it on my radar. Okay, there's a locally made horror movie. I'm interested. I love shot on video movies. And then 3 months later, it's at Video Warehouse. So I rent Psycho Sisters and I watched it. And that's the first time I ever saw Pam and Tina and all of them. And I liked it, especially as a regionally made thing where I recognize locations and things like that. And then like 2 months later, Video Warehouse had a little alcove for like real death movies, shockumentaries. So Faces of Death, Traces of Death, death scenes. And like 3 months after Psycho Sisters, they had Wave's Most Gruesome Deaths erroneously filed in the real death section. So they didn't know what it was. I think they thought it was like real death footage.
Is it conceivable that Bill Hellfire, who's working part-time at EI doing sales, call that local video store and sold,
100%.
put it in there?
100%.
Wow.
So I picked that tape up and I'm looking at it and I turn it over and it's got pictures of Tina Krause and Pam Such. And I was like, I don't know what this is. Like,
like,
what
they're
is
not dead.
this?
Yeah.
So I'm going to rent it. So I rent it and I take it home and I pop it in and I watch it and I still don't know what the heck I'm looking at because it's not trailers, right? It's just has a name, says like Dead in the Pool.
Right.
And then it's just a scene of, girls frolicking in a pool and a fake drowning. And then it just stops and it goes down and then it just says desperate situation. And then it's like a girl in a tub, And so I watched this whole tape and I'm like, what is this? Are these short films? They don't really have a plot.
It's just death compilation.
Everyone has the same reaction when they see a Wave movie. And that's the first Wave movie I ever saw. And I mentioned it in the Wave documentary that Ross and Bill produced of like, I popped it in.
You're like, what
And
the
I-
hell is this?
Like your brain can't, because it
Right,
just comes out in a whole, it's its own thing.
Right. And there's on this tape alone, there's 25 scenes
Yeah.
with titles. And, as a fan of shot on video movies or a scholar or whatever at that time, there weren't a lot of guys that were like making a career out of this, right? Donald Farmer made 3 of them. Gary Cohen made 3 of them, JR. But there weren't a lot of guys. Most of them were one and done. You'd rent Blood Lake and it's like, these guys did this. They never did anything ever again.
Right.
So to see this tape and I'm thinking, are these all movies? This guy has 25 movies? This is 1994 or 5?
Right.
So at the end of this tape, I don't really know what the heck it is. All I know is that these girls were in Psycho Sisters. It says, mail away for a catalog, Wave Productions, P.O. Box, So I did. I mailed away for the catalog. I got on Gary's mailing list, and he started sending me his newsletter, Damsels in Distress. And that's where I learned about him making custom movies and all that. And the fact that this is, 95, he has hundreds of movies. This guy has directed hundreds of movies at that time. It just seemed unfathomable.
For
to
folks
me.
listening who are like, I don't get it either, listen, you can go to Tubi TV, watch Mail Order Murder, which is the Wave documentary. You can go to just on Google, Saturn Core, Mail Order Murder. They'll bring you to the Vinegar Syndrome page. You can buy it there on Blu-ray with
Yes.
lots of extras. And the thing is, I mean, I can only speak for myself and possibly for John in the sense that, there was a time in our lives where we were movie making machines. We're like just constantly making movies, but we can't hold a candle to what Gary,
that output, no way.
the output of like, I'm guessing he was shooting every single weekend.
Yep.
Definitely.
And
And his partner, right? What was his
Sal Longo.
Sal, that's right. But Sal bailed.
yeah,
Yeah.
but he didn't stop. That didn't stop. And also, look, take it for what it is. I mean, you look at this, and you're like, wait a minute, like female mercenaries on Zombie Island. Gary was also an innovator in the sense that whatever technology he had or didn't have, he still did it.
Right.
Like that famous scene in space where you see the hurling asteroid, but it looks like a couch.
Yeah.
It's like, it's still an accomplishment and an amazing one at that, in the sense of the volume that he was doing.
He was driven. He made it happen.
And being from New Jersey and going to Chiller, you just sort of took them for granted. You just said, oh, that's Wave. They do this. He has hundreds of movies. He makes custom movies. And then like you talk to somebody that lives in Ohio and you're like, Wave. And they're like, what? Like it's not known outside of the tri-state area, which we found, when we started talking about doing a documentary, is like, I just assumed everybody knew what it was.
And they never caught on in a nationwide thing?
No, I mean, Mike distributing Female Mercenaries on Zombie Island and maybe Ron Bonk doing Vampire's Curse are probably the only two titles that went out nationwide.
Ron owns a company in Syracuse, New York called SRS Cinema.
Correct.
And Ron, I mean, it's all like if we could follow, there's all threads here. Like Ron was with Tempe Video in Ohio, and then he moved and started his own company.
Right.
And he's a movie making machine as well. If you go to SRS Cinema, you'll see a catalog that you can't even believe.
Yeah.
Still
distributing.
2026.
Yeah.
So let me ask you, Ross, at what point, because you are, well, I as I mentioned, I consider Ross an archivist. I consider him a true historian of this type of media. So are you fans of the actual movies as entertainment, or are you just so, flabbergasted by this that you can't not watch it? Like, how do you approach the media? Like, what do you enjoy watching?
Oh, no, I'm a actual fan of shot on video movies. I think growing up watching MTV and watching cable access like you guys did, I grew up watching stuff that was shot on video. So I didn't have that thing in my brain where it's like, if it's not film, it's not good.
Right.
Like when I saw, probably the earliest SOV movies I saw were like Redneck Zombies, Video Violence, Blood Cult. When I saw those, I instantly accepted it. And it actually excited me a bit because it's like, well, this is a form of cinema that anyone can do. There's no longer a middleman, you know what I mean? The restraints of having to shoot on film, develop on film, edit on film took a certain amount of money. So in the same way of, seeing your favorite band up on stage at Madison Square Garden and then seeing a band at a VFW hall where you're right there, that's kind of what I felt with shot on video movies. And I like both aspects of it. There's very innovative ones. There are people like Scooter McRae and Charles Pinion that were doing very innovative things. And then just the extremely head-scratching, brain-damaged, anything can happen cinema of Gary Whitson or David The Rock Nelson. I like that stuff equally. And that's sort of the gamut that we run with Saturn's Core as far as the curation goes.
You remained very much a historian curator as opposed to what seems everyone else does, which is to like, oh, I'm going to become a filmmaker.
Right.
So you're a producer in the sense that you created a documentary, but you never said, I'm going to make a feature film, which is unusual.
Yeah. No, I didn't. I have a music background, so I was, chipping away in music for many, many years, but this underground kind of cinema was really my passion. And yeah, I just interacted with it as a fan. And then when social media came along, I was, I was able to connect with people at conventions and then later through social media. And then, to be fair, Bill brought me, kicking and screaming to making a documentary. I wanted to write a Wave book.
Okay.
I thought it would be interesting since Gary has like 400 movies to just have like a film, what looks like a film guide, but it's actually just all Wave movies, just review every Wave movie ever made. And so I was going to do that and tell the history and stuff.
Right.
And when I told Bill about it, he was like, no, we should make a documentary about Wave. Like it's an interesting story. And at the time, Gary was still making movies.
By the way, folks, and John Fideli, who may not know, Ross is a member of the Donner Party, which is, correct me if there's any of this is wrong. Some of this has been culled from the internet, which is now run by robots.
Yeah.
Donner Party is a crossover thrash metal band formed in Bloomfield, New Jersey in 2009. The group combines old school thrash metal with hardcore punk influences in the style of bands like DRI, SOD, and Suicidal Tendencies. How correct?
That's right on the money. Yeah.
it's old school.
You guys still together?
We are. Yeah. Still chugging along.
Founded by Ross with drummer Matt Yar, bassist Mike DePisa. Is that pronounced right?
Yep.
And guitarist Steven Razchik. How's that?
Yeah. I mean, he's been not with us for many years.
Oh,
yeah.
He's passed.
No.
okay.
No.
No. He's still on the earth.
He's still on the
Just not
earth.
in the
Yeah.
When he was in the band, people call him Raz?
No.
Okay.
No.
This is all fascinating. At what point you're soaking it all in, you're collecting, you're archiving.
Mm-hmm.
At what point did you say start a label to re-release stuff?
For me, I still like to collect things on VHS. And I mean, I buy DVD, Blu-ray. Now I'm buying everything on UHD. So I buy the new formats that come out, but I like VHS. It's the format I grew up with. And as we know, there's so many movies that only came out on VHS that have never been reissued elsewhere. So I know that you must have experienced this sort of renewed interest in VHS. So, like the Severed convention started, the first VHS only convention. I know you guys were set up there.
Yes.
And people started doing new VHS, like The Basement.
I couldn't believe it.
Like the video violence set that you guys did. And because of that, there's only there was like 10 new tapes out. That's it.
Right.
I think MPI did House of the Devil.
Right.
And they put the Gorgon logo on it because they technically owned Gorgon. And that was like the kind of one of the first new tapes to come out. And it was like, oh, look at this. This is kind of cool, So some of my friends had started these little labels, basically getting tape rights to movies.
Right.
And releasing stuff just on tape in small runs. So I said, this could be interesting for me to do and just do the weird shot on video movies that I like. So that's what I did. I started Saturn's Core as a VHS label, and I was releasing stuff in very small batches. And we did a handful of those. And then off of the back of the success of Mail Order Murder, which ended up being distributed by Vinegar Syndrome, we got the opportunity to turn Saturn's Core into a Blu-ray label and do crazy special editions of all these movies and go back to the tape masters and restore them. And it seemed like a really good opportunity to archive this stuff, get a really great version of it out there. And for me to be able to circle back with the guys, I did Psycho Sisters on tape.
Right.
I went back to Pete and said, let's do a Blu-ray. Let's do all the extras. And I did the same with, Eric Stanzi and Savage Harvest. And we now have 60 Blu-rays out.
Damn.
You know what? It's incredible. I will say that. And is it true that there are 3 volumes of David the Rock Nelson collections?
It is true. And it's one of our best-selling titles.
So here is awesome release. The Stupefying Siren Tales of Pamela Such.
That's
Wow.
true.
Remember, you met Pamela, right?
Of course, yeah.
Yeah. So here is, first of all, I saw Pamela recently when Pete had a screening
I
of.
edited the first Psycho Sisters.
Yes, you did. On Super VHS
Yes.
in Comcast in Lyndhurst, New Jersey. It was John, come in from the night shift, you, Jim Jankowitz, in a little side
Yeah, I was off to the side. I was relegated to the corner.
Super VHS.
And why didn't I interview John for the Blu-ray?
Oh, jeez.
Didn't even know. Yeah. That ship sailed.
That ship sailed. But so it was Pete's screening. What was that film he was screening?
Son of Gacy?
Yes. It was at the Hawthorne Theater.
Yeah.
We went. Carlos went. We all went. And there's Pamela Such. Haven't seen her in years. And back in the day when Pete and I released the 1994 Psycho Sisters on VHS, I mean, that's a whole nother story for another day. But we were so gung-ho. It was such a process of getting the sleeves. Like, it was so new.
Yeah.
Got it all done. And then Pete and I went on the road to conventions, like not only Chiller, not only Fangoria, but like south to like FanX.
Mm-hmm. FanX, yeah.
And Pamela Such and the other Psycho Sister, Christine Taylor, they came with us.
Wow.
So we had all these road trips, had a lot of fun. So it's all these years later, and Pamela's off my radar, and I see her, and she's telling me about what she's working on, and hey, check this out, it's on Tubi TV. I'm blown away by the fact that she's been making movies all these years.
Yep.
And so I would say in this little, shot on video or ultra low budget circle that we're all in, it's like these are really justified. All of these releases are really giving the proper due to someone who's been creating after all the, of all these years. It's really amazing.
How many movies has Pamela shot?
Well, the Blu-ray alone has 6 movies on it, and but she's done more than that. The very interesting thing in that.
What's her angle? Was she influenced by Wave at all?
Well, that's the thing, is her movies are really strange. So the first movie she made is all cats.
Oh.
No humans. There's a bird in it.
Okay.
But all cats.
That's
and Pam,
the villain?
It's called Catastrophe.
Okay. It's not a feature.
No.
Okay.
It's on the shorter side. So she made that, and then I think that she was still probably getting custom requests from people because she made some very strange science fiction movies where vines attack people. And then she started making movies where people transform from body to body.
I saw that movie.
Right.
It's on
so
TV.
so you're
Really?
What's it called?
Well, there's one called Transform. There's one called Genetics. There's one called The Gift.
Okay.
Because she found success with this. So now this is her thing now. So you have like an old lady and a young man, and they sit in some, Wave-esque contraption where lightning bolts go, and they switch bodies. So the young man is now inside the old woman body, and vice versa. And so, yeah.
They're well done.
Really?
Yes, the one that's on Tubi, I watched the whole thing.
That's unusual. You must have liked it.
It is. I like because the level of, first of all, the production was good, the editing was good, and I had I was just floored because I really didn't know that Pamela was doing this work. So,
well, what we found that was really crazy, and we talked about in the documentary, but ended up kind of editing out, but have kind of circled back with Saturn's Core, is that a lot of the people that acted in Wave movies then went on to make movies. So Dave Castelloni started Sharky Video, made Love is a Stranger and Deep Undead, a whole bunch of movies. Pam made all these movies. Tina made Limbo.
Bob Gonzo made a series of movies that have crossover with all these this talent.
Debbie D made custom movies. She started a company called New Faces. Dawn Murphy directed Backwoods Marcy, which we put out. And Laura Giglio makes mermaid movies.
See, this is deep, John. Because now
Laura Giglio. Wow, I forgot about her.
Because now we think about the old days.
Yeah.
The old alternative cinema, EI independent cinema, the catalog with the Wave movies. And we carried a few other, what was the other Wave type titles that we carried for a while?
Dark Fantasies.
Dark Fantasies.
One of which John is on the cover of the VHS tape. Dr. Feelgood. Yeah. Just stick him on there.
And it's just like, I had no idea that from that Wave, which loomed so large.
Yeah.
Look, we'll get back to it another day, another time. Wave was huge. I mean, John Russo with his Market Square Productions, Scream Queens Illustrated, was carrying Wave movies like they were in catalog. So I didn't know that there was the sub, like Dave, Pam. I didn't know that there was a trickle down where people like, hey, I'm going to make a movie. Tina Kraus made movies.
Yeah, Limbo. Yeah. It's great.
So...
And we've released a lot of things that you released on EI, on Blu-ray over the years. So we did the
Paulin movie.
Yeah, we did At Dawn They Sleep, which was a EI release. We did the original Psycho Sisters.
Yep.
We did Marcus Koch's Rot.
Yes.
Killing of Bobby Green, Mick McCleary.
Incredible. A lot of these were VHS only.
Guilty Pleasures.
They never made it to Blu-ray or DVD.
Right, Joe Zazzo and
Parda, Joseph Parda.
Yeah, I think that. Well, and more to come, and several kind of EI classics are gonna come at some point.
That's incredible, folks. We're running out of time here. Listen,
that went fast.
You folks, you must have some questions. Podcast at alternativecinema.com. Don't forget the gift card giveaway of $20 gift card is mail in only, and P.O. Box 152 Butler, New Jersey 07405. And let's put a deadline on that. Let's say
Include your email address.
yes, include your email address, include your address. Well, I should make it sure it's legible.
Yes. Don't write in crayon.
And let's say this event, this giveaway is deadlines are June 1st, 2026.
So get busy.
Yeah. So what everyone knows now, if you didn't know already, is that Ross is an archivist, a collector,
Documentarian.
a documentarian, the creator of Saturn's Core, a home video label, and he's in a band.
Yeah.
So
Can I plug?
yes.
So if you want to buy Saturn's Core titles, it's vinegarsyndrome.com, and you click on partner labels, has a drop down. You can go to Saturn's Core, and all of our releases are there. And check out Mail Order Murder, the story of Wave Productions, if you want to learn more about Wave and the whole sort of 90s SOV scene in the whole. It's got Mr. Mike Rosso in it. It's got J.R. Bookwalter in it. It's got Ron Bonk in it. Hugh Gallagher, all the players.
Did you find Sal?
We found Sal, but Sal would not participate.
Really?
Yes.
Interesting.
That's too bad.
Yeah. So that was the one. I mean, initially I wanted to reunite Sal and Gary
That would have been great.
on screen, but we did get Sal on the phone and tried, but he just said no.
Well, folks, I thank you for tuning in. We're going to be back very soon. And until then, we'll see you soon.
sum total of our achievement up to now. One rocket. I'm going to send it up there and bring it back, not once but 100 times. You better go get some sleep. I'm going down to the rocket base. Can you still bear to look at it? The sum total of our achievement up to now. One rocket.